Hi Scorpio. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So in this reading, we're going to take a look at how Spirit wants you to indulge in the energies of self-love. All right. How does Spirit want Scorpio to indulge in the energies of self-love? So we have the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. Take that out. Okay. So, Two of Swords. I'm just hearing, don't let a bitch cross you twice. All right, so indulging in the energies of self love is respecting your intuition. Don't let a bitch cross you twice. If you, I just saw 222 as I looked at that. I know I haven't been recording for 2 minutes yet, but I'm just saying. I was doing other stuff before I started. But anyway, yeah, don't let them cross you twice. If you had a feeling, no, well, this is more than a feeling because for something to happen twice, it already had to happen, right? So if you know that someone betrayed you, backstabbed you, crossed a boundary in the past, don't let them do it again. There's no second chance. There's no second chances. I know that sounds harsh, but it's just like straight to it. Yeah, if we gonna get to it, we're gonna get to it. Like, okay, like there's no need for you to have to hold swords in both hands. You know, at least one hand should be free. You know, Scorpio. So I'm just feeling like don't cross. Another thing, the arms are crossed as well. So outside of letting a person cross you, right? Because this is self love. Don't cross your intuition. Don't go against your intuition. If you know they have a action was committed, and you know that maybe the apology that followed was not sincere, was not genuine, right? I feel like you need to honor your intuition. Um, in this case, especially if someone has committed a, I don't want to say a crime against you, but a injustice against you in some form. So beyond people who, you know, already provided evidence of how they are, I feel like Spirit is also going back to don't cross your intuition, because sometimes you meet someone for the first time and you might feel like you're judging them too hard, right? And I know one thing about Scorpios are very intuitive, right? So you might be picking up on a lot of things and you might feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe, like I said, I'm judging too hard. But Scorpio, I feel like if something is just like making you, yeah, like unsettled, something's giving you the ick, trust it. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like that's probably what got you crossing the first time, obviously, right? But what might have happened was, I'm picking up on a scenario where you, excuse me, where you have a lot of functions happening. Like you have visceral reactions. My nose is itching, like burping a little bit. I'm sorry, but it's like you have visceral reactions and like ticks and movements and like tweaks to when something just does not feel right. Right? Ticks, motions, body, feel. You pick up on how something could possibly make you feel, and I feel like what you feel is right. I know we're saying feel. I'm saying feel, you're saying feel. But that feeling can provide a fact. You know what I'm trying to say? So, what I was gonna say is I'm picking up on a scenario where like you had a gut feeling that something was wrong, right? But I feel like maybe a friend that you're close to said, no, that's so and so. They're cool people. And then you let your guard down. And then so and so showed you why you should have never let your guard down. And then here comes your friend saying, oh man, you were right. So that's the scenario I'm picking up on. I mean, that's just one of the scenarios I'm picking up on, Scorpio. Where in that story, it was an outside influence that helped you to go against your gut. But if you had trusted your gut in the first place, you wouldn't have been crossed. So what's the lesson? That was just a whole lot of extra words to say. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust your feelings. I rather people prove you wrong repeatedly instead of prove you right. Okay? So stick to that gut feeling until they like unanimously like show you, hey, I am not that. But usually that's not the case. Usually that's not the case, okay? So let's clarify this Two of Swords and this Six of Wands. Spirit wants you to indulge in the energies of self love by trusting yourself the first time. Okay? The very first time. So we have the King of Pentacles in reverse and Death in reverse. My nose didn't start itching until I started your reading. I feel like you have the ability to pick up on liars very well. I'm sorry. I feel like you have the ability to pick up on when someone is just maybe not a liar, but maybe disingenuous. They fib a little bit, or maybe they just aren't true to themselves, right? That goes into being disingenuous. Like they're not outright saying like, "Yeah, I got 3 cars and 5 houses and shit," like that. You know, they're the way they present is false, and I feel like you have the ability to pick up on that. I'm also hearing you have the ability to decipher people's entities or spiritual attachments. Like you can see what entity is behind a person, what spiritual attachment a person has. And I feel like your intuition gives you a lot of those clues, but sometimes, like I said, you might have been talked out of it by a friend. Like, oh no, they're cool. Like, oh no, that won't happen. But it's something that is, it's something going back to that visceral reaction, because I keep like twitching, right? I feel twitchy. Something is giving you a visceral reaction. Really, really, please pay attention to that. Okay? You might, you know how we have the expression, oh, that made me itch. You might literally start itching, you know? You might, like, yeah, like I said, my nose is itching, right? If your nose start itching when someone talking to you, like, huh, oh, you used a liar. Okay, Pinocchio. you know? So it's that type of energy. But I feel like your body will give you some sort of real big clue that you should not ignore. I'm also hearing dry mouth. That's very specific. So if your mouth starts to dry up when a person is talking, that means for you not to indulge in their conversation. If a person is talking to you and their mouth starts drying up, you see, I just put on lip gloss, right? With my lip, I was like, and they got like like people be getting like the white right here, or something about them, or let's say they just start chugging. It's something about their mouth drying up, like on the inside, that they're telling like a falsehood. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. 12, I just saw that. But yeah, yeah, Scorpio. Spirit wants you to indulge in the energies of self love by knowing that you are extremely intuitive and trusting your gut. Because another thing with like how she's holding it, like X blocking, you'll be able to block out a lot of potential harm if you trust your gut. Making movement off of your first mind, right? So I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave that there. We're saying you are intuitive as hell. As hell. Okay? And trust it. Alright. What oracle do you have for Scorpio? Then we're gonna close this out. Joy. Joy and brazen. That's just giving me the energy of like, don't let anybody mess up your peace, your happiness, your joy, right? Brazen is being bold enough to trust your first mind, because a lot of us don't. Okay? A lot of us will say, give benefit of doubt, or like I say, need some sort of proof. Need to be crossed again to make sure, But I feel like Spirit is saying, be bold to trust your first mind. And I feel like this is speaking to more situations than people. I feel like everyday situations, like, let's say for example, you trying to go somewhere and you're like, oh man, I knew I should have did X, Y, and Z before I did this, So I feel like when I say that to say, when an idea pops in your mind, right? Again, with this Two of Swords. Swords represent that mental space, right? That thought, that logic. When an idea comes to your mind, don't immediately say no and dismiss it and wait for it to pop up again. Trust it that first time, and I feel like you will have a lot more luck. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to leave that there. All right, you will welcome in a lot of luck and joy if you are bold and brazen enough to trust your first mind. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to book a personal, all that's down below. Bye.